Hi everyone, today I'm reviewing Under the Udala Tree by Chinelo Okparanta. This book begins during the Biafra War where we meet our protagonist Ijoma, who lives with both her mom and her dad, but her dad dies during one of the bomb raidings and Ijoma is left with a very devastated and depressed mom who decides that what space for Ijoma is for Ijoma to live with friends of Ijoma's father, a grammar school teacher, and his wife. There, Ijoma becomes a house girl and at some point meets a girl called Amina, who also becomes a house girl at the grammar school teacher's place. They fall in love, they court having sex, the war ends, and Ijoma's mom finally comes back to fetch her. Ijoma's mom is very angry about the fact that Ijoma is basically she was caught having sex with another girl and decides to convert her basically of her lesbian being a lesbian, and soon they embark on Bible studies basically where Ijoma's mom uses the Bible as a doctrine to point out that homosexuality is a sin, lying with another woman is a sin, and Ijoma kind of internalizes these messages. But soon at some point Ijoma goes back to school. There she's reunited with Amina and they continue with their relationship. Both of them battle with their internalized homophobia, and at some point their relationship is disrupted when Amina's like, no, we can't do this anymore, and Amina does get married, and that's where their relationship ends. Ijoma is heartbroken and she continues working at her mother's shop. There she meets another woman, Didi, and they fall in love. Didi introduces Ijoma to a community of other LGBTQ plus people. They go to a church where they basically have fun, they dance, they make out with other people basically, and this doesn't go well because there's a crackdown of that community and some of the members are killed. So there's a lot of like heavy themes in the book, and there's a lot of homophobia expressed by the mother and other people around the community. They used religion, Christianity, to push, to preach, to express their homophobia. So the Bible as a doctrine is very problematic inside the book as well as outside the book, and people do use it to justify their homophobia. States do use it to justify their homophobia and the killing and the imprisonment of people. So, and I think that we need to tackle that issue and not let people off the hook, because I think it is a thin line sometimes, not wanting to offend people based on their beliefs, but if their beliefs impede other people's freedoms and identities, then like we need to stand up and talk about those facts. As I said, Bible as a lot of religious book, but in this book it's the Bible as a doctrine is very problematic and very can be very homophobic, and yeah. But Ijoma does think during one of the Bible study lessons that there's so many possible infinities within the Bible itself that it can't just have been Adam and Eve, because if it was Adam and Eve, then their line, generational line or children's line, would have been like they'd be doing some like incestuous things. And I liked how she was, as much as she was battling with the fact that does God hate me, what's happening, but I love women and this is who I am. I like the fact that she was very critical about those kind of things and like the Bible itself, and that this can't only be possibly the one truth basically. Ijoma doesn't, at some point she's separated with Ndidi and she gets married to Chibundu, who is a childhood friend. The marriage isn't a happy one and Ijoma is really unhappy in it, but later on things turn out a different way. I'm not gonna like spoil it much, even though if I do spoil it, it doesn't make a difference, because this book is not written, it's like the same as Ocean Vuong's On Earth We Briefly Gorgeous, in the sense that there's no major conflict, and then denouement and kind of thing, and then like that kind of ending. It is what it is. This is how the story went, and it's like this. I didn't think the writing was that good in the book, but I like the story itself. The story is solid within itself, and I appreciated the story. And I believe writers who are African can do whatever they want with their writing, but I don't like descriptions of places in Africa being like the sun was very oppressive. We ate that day sticky mangoes and kind of like that writing, because it reminds me of like very colonial sentiments, and I don't appreciate it in any kind of book. I can't deal with that. Like there's so many times like you can express how much how hot it was, or how it rained when it was hot. So yeah, and another issue I had was Joma's obsession with dark skinned people. Like they dark skinned people are continuously described by how dark they are. So mahogany skin, or the like how brown they were, and like it's so tiring. Like we get it, you light skinned, you enjoy or like seeing dark skinned people. I don't know what you were trying to express. And yeah, so other than that, I would rate this book 3 stars, and I'll see you next time. Bye.